In this video, we're going over tips and tricks on the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip. Hey everyone, thank you for joining us today. If you want to stay up to date on all the mobile technology coming out and learn cool tips, tricks, and hidden features, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and tap the bell to turn on post notifications so you can be alerted every time we post new videos. Today we're going over some cool tips and tricks on the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Go to your settings menu and we're going to make a few really quick tweaks right here. So first and foremost, go to display and swipe down to screen timeout and change this to at least 2 minutes so your screen doesn't go off too quickly. And then swipe back up and go ahead and change your display settings to dark mode. Makes it a lot easier to see on this video as well. From there, we're going to go to notifications and we're going to go to status bar. And we're going to turn on show battery percentage, so now you can always see exactly how much battery you have on your home screen. Now we go back here, we can jump into the really fun stuff. So the first one, those were kind of like pre-tips. So now the first one I want to show you is how to use your fingerprint sensor to swipe down and access your notification panel. Because this phone is quite long, and so if you're holding it from this position, it's definitely a challenge to reach all the way up here to swipe down, but not so hard to just reach on the side and just swipe. So this is under the gesture settings. So settings, we're going to go down to advanced features. Next, we're going to go down to motions and gestures, and make sure you enable fingerprint sensor gestures. Now once you enable this, it will allow you to use the fingerprint sensor to swipe down for your notification panel. Now disclaimer, if you have big hands, you may find yourself accidentally swiping down a lot, and it can be a little frustrating. So if it is frustrating and you don't love that, here's another thing you can do to help with reaching from the top. So the other option is actually on this setting. So hold down the home screen, go to home screen settings, and you'll want to enable swipe down for notification panel. Now with this, anywhere you are on the home screen, you can just swipe down and it'll automatically take you to notification panel. So you have either option, whichever one you like better. I would say enable that. Let's go back to our settings for our next tip. This one is going to be another feature that's going to help you use it when you're holding it and you can't really reach the top of the screen. So we're going to go back to settings, advanced features again, and this time go down to one-handed mode and choose which option is the better option for you. Now I have it set to button. Button is the better option for me, and the way this works is you can simply, let's say we're in Google Chrome, or let's say we're in Chrome. Now I can just tap my home button twice and it'll take me right to the one-handed mode, and then tap it 2 times to get out of it. So really easy. There is another option. The other option is to, let's go back to one-handed mode, to go to gesture. Now when you're on gesture, by swiping down on the home button, it'll also take you there. So again, just a quick swipe down and it will shrink down that screen for you as well. So you've got 2 options here to make that screen a little bit smaller and make sure you can reach everything. Our next tip is to download the app SwiftKey. Now this app is, to me, one of the best Android keyboard apps. Not a huge fan of the stock Samsung keyboard that came with this particular phone, but downloading SwiftKey keyboard, it's a free app. It will allow you to customize the keyboard, give you some nicer layouts, give you a nice kick whenever you tap the keys, and when it's not on vibrate, you can actually hear the sounds of the keys as you type. And for me, it just is a better typing experience than the stock keyboard from Samsung that comes with it. So that's our next tip, is to download that app, SwiftKey. Moving on, we're going to show you how to use split screen, and it's super easy on this phone. You just look for this little handle. So there's a little blurred handle on the right side of the phone. This is your multi-window handle. It just brings up all the apps that work in split screen. So these are actually not the stock ones that you're going to see on your phone. I was actually able to customize it to set my favorites here, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. But with split screen, I'm simply going to tap one of the apps here and then swipe over and then tap a second app, and I can have two apps on the screen just that easy. And if I want to do a split screen video, for example, I'm in YouTube right now. This video is paused, so I'm going to tap on the full screen button, and now I can watch this video in full screen. And I can swipe up and still watch that top half of the screen while I'm interacting with Twitter at the bottom here. So there's that. Now, if you want to customize the apps that show up in this section here, you're going to tap on the menu right here, and then you're going to tap Edit Tray. Once you edit tray, you can select what apps you want to be in your favorites, and you can have up to 5. So maybe you say, oh, I don't want this one, I'd rather have my E-Trade app instead. No problem, you can put that right there. And then you can change the order just by holding down on them and dragging up and down. And again, you can put up to 5. So just start moving your apps in here and make sure you hit save, and they'll all stay in that section for you. You've got a few more settings here too. Once you hit save, if you tap on this settings wheel right here, you can control your handle settings. So maybe you want it to be on the left side instead of the right side. This little handle, you can switch left, and then the little little swipe option will be on this side instead of that side. You can also lock that handle so that it doesn't get moved accidentally, which I like. And you can control how high up or down you want that handle to be. Or if you say, I don't want to use that at all, you can just simply just turn it off and it'll be gone. And that's going to be our multi-window tray. The cool thing about that section too is it shows you all the apps that are compatible with split screen. So if you don't see a particular app you're trying to use, it probably just means it's not compatible with split screen. A good example of that is Instagram. That's one of the apps that is not compatible with split screen. Instagram, Netflix, and Prime Video, I think, are the 3 that I know for sure that are not compatible. So, womp womp. Moving on, our next tip is going to be a tweak you're going to want to make to your always on display. What is the always on display? So basically when your screen is off, it's a display that will show up on the screen that will show you the time, and you can have it show you other things like maybe calendar appointments or the day of the week or different little configurations of the time. Now, out of the box, this feature is set where if you want to see it, you have to tap the screen to see it. I don't particularly care for that. I like it to be there all the time. If my screen is off, I want that to be up. So to show you how to change that, you're going to simply go to the settings, and you're going to go to, just do a search. This is the fastest way, and just type in always on display, and then go to always on display. And right here, you're going to, right under always on display, it says tap to show. You can tap on that and change it to show always, or you can say show as scheduled. So you can say, I only want it to always be on the screen during certain hours. Some people like to enable this so it's only on at nighttime when they're asleep. And some like it to be on all the time. I like it to be on all the time, so I keep it on the show always setting. Do whatever works best for you. And then you can also customize how the clock looks. You also want to enable show music information. This is a useful feature for it as well. Now, if I do that same search for always on display, you want to go to clock style next, and here's where you can control. You can actually control what your design looks like. This is one that I downloaded from the Galaxy theme store, but there's tons of options. You can have it show the time for multiple locations and cities. You can have it show a calendar so you know what day of the week it is and the day of the month. You can have it show your calendar appointment so you know what's coming next. You got a bunch of different options here. You can adjust the color as well. So get creative with it, make it unique to you, but great feature, and just need to make those little tweaks to it. Our next tip is going to be a tweak to your battery settings. So swipe down from the top, swipe down again, and look for power mode. Hold down on that. And you do have two really great power options here. If you're someone who likes to stretch your battery for a long time and you don't use a lot of the advanced features on the phone, you just want to get like the best battery life, either change it to medium power saving mode, or the most aggressive option is the max power saving mode, which will disable some of the phone features, but this will give you a few days worth of battery life as long as you're okay with the adjustments it makes to the phone. Now the main one I wanted to show you here is the adaptive power saving. What this does is it gets an idea of your phone usage and it will optimize the battery around how you use the phone. So if you tend to use the phone a lot in the evening time, it will make certain adjustments for those times of the day, and it will optimize it differently for the times of the day where you're not using the phone as much. So this is just a great feature, and it will make a lot of the adjustments for you so you don't have to watch the battery so closely. Finally, our last tip is going to also be in the settings, but it locked us out. Okay, so do a search for default apps. Now I tend to like to use Google Chrome for all my web browsing, but I did notice that on this particular phone it does default to the Samsung browser. So if you use Chrome and you would like it to default to Chrome, just tap on under default apps, tap on browser app, and you can change it to Chrome instead of Samsung. So that way, if you ever click on a link, it will automatically take you to that link through the Chrome app and not the Samsung browser. And that's it, guys. This has been our tips and tricks on the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip. We're working on a part 2, so stay tuned for that. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what tip was your favorite. Hope you guys did find the video helpful. Like, favorite, and share. Thanks again for watching. Take care and have a good one.